The rain traced trembling paths down the glass, each droplet shivering under my fingertips as if the window itself shared my unease. Outside, the city was a smear of color and shadow, neon lights bleeding into wet asphalt, headlights streaking like falling stars. Its restless pulse matched the throb in my skull. On the coffee table, my phone glowed with Sarah's last message, still unanswered. Be back soon. Just grabbing drinks with the team. That had been 2 hours ago. No call. No follow-up. Just those sterile words, sharp and cold like a blade sliding under my ribs. My own reflection stared back at me from the dark screen. Blurred, warped, a man disintegrating without a sound. The apartment smelled faintly of jasmine perfume and stale coffee, and beneath it all the ghosts of her laughter seemed to linger. I paced across the hardwood, each creak of the boards echoing my scattered thoughts. She'd been distant for weeks, not cruel, not cold, just off. Averted eyes here, a too quick smile there. The kind of tiny shifts you dismiss until they start piling up like unopened bills. I had told myself it was a new job, the late nights of the firm, the stress of proving herself. But the heaviness in my chest whispered a different story. I collapsed onto the couch, its leather sighing under my weight. Her scarf lay draped across the armrest, soft and gray, a relic of a woman who once pressed close to me, whispering dreams of a seaside house. I picked it up, feeling its ruffle against my palms, and caught a scent that didn't belong, cologne, sharp and musky, nothing like mine. My heart started pounding. I pressed it to my face, inhaling again, chasing the smell like a bloodhound on a trail. Maybe it was nothing, a co-worker's hug, a crowded elevator, but my mind screamed otherwise. Whose scent is this? Who's been here? The clock clicked past midnight. I scrolled through her messages, hunting for cracks in her words. Last week, running late, client dinner. 2 days ago, need to prep for the deposition. Don't wait up. Each line a brick in a wall she'd been building behind my back. I opened her social profiles, something I had never done before. Guilt burned under my skin as I scrolled. Photos of her with colleagues, laughing, one hand resting on a man's arm. Eric. The name rose like a fin cutting through water. The co-worker she mentioned too casually. Too often. Eric said this. Eric did that. I clicked his profile. Private. Only a picture. Sharp jawline. Easy smile, eyes that looked like they held secrets. My phone buzzed, shattering the silence. Her name lit the screen. I answered, my voice taut. Where are you? Still at the bar, she said brightly, but there was a frayed edge to it, like she was trying too hard. Lost track of time. You okay? The question cut. Was I okay? No. I was drowning in the spaces between her words. Who's there? I asked, hating how my voice trembled. Just the team. You know, Eric, Jen, the usual. Her laugh was brittle, a cracked mask. I'll be home soon, Ben. Promise. Don't rush. I heard myself say, the words spilling out before I could stop them. There's nothing waiting for you here. I hung up. The silence that followed was louder than her voice had been. Restless, I drifted to her desk. Papers, pens, a half-empty mug. Once charming chaos now felt like a labyrinth of secrets. Her laptop blinked awake to a password prompt. I tried the usual, our anniversary, her dog's name. Nothing. My fingers hovered, then typed Eric. The screen unlocked. My stomach dropped. Her inbox was open. Subject line stabbed at me. Case notes. Meeting rescheduled. Drinks tonight. The last one from Eric, time-stamped 3 hours ago. Meet me at the Blue Haven. 9 p.m. Just us. I scrolled further. Missed you last night. Can't stop thinking about you. Every word a shard of glass slicing through the life we'd built. The door rattled. I froze, the laptop casting my shadow across the wall. Sarah stepped in, coat dripping, face pale under the hallway light. Her eyes darted to the laptop, then to me. What are you doing? I stood, my hands trembling. Who's Eric? She hesitated, then set her bag down slowly, as if defusing a bomb. He's a co-worker. You know that. Don't lie to me. My voice cracked under the weight of betrayal. I saw the emails. Just us. Can't stop thinking about you. What is that? She flinched, her eyes wide, searching mine. It's not what you think, she said, her voice wavering like a tightrope walker about to fall. We're just close. Work's been intense and close. I laughed, bitter and sharp. You smell like his cologne. You're never home. You're lying to my face, and I'm supposed to believe it's nothing. Tears welled in her eyes, but I couldn't tell if they were guilt or pain. Ben, I love you. I'd never. Then why is his name your password? The question landed like a slap. She froze, her breath catching. The room shrank around us, the air thick as tar. I didn't mean for it to happen, she whispered, voice breaking. It was just drinks, then talks, then I don't know. I got lost. Lost. My chest burned. Anger and grief collided. You didn't get lost, Sarah. You chose this. Every step, you chose him over me. She reached for me, but I stepped back, the distance between us a canyon. I didn't want to hurt you, she said, tears streaming now. I was going to end it. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to, but the cologne, the emails, the late nights, they were a map of her betrayal written in ink I couldn't wash away. You already did, I said, my voice barely a whisper. You broke us. She sank to the floor, sobbing, clutching her coat like a lifeline. I stood there hollow, watching the woman I loved unravel. Part of me wanted to hold her, to pretend we could stitch ourselves back together. But the other part, the one that tasted her lies, knew better. I grabbed my jacket, the keys jangling in my hand. I'm leaving, I said, the words heavy and final. Don't follow me. Ben, please, she begged, her voice raw. We can fix this. I paused at the door, the rain pounding outside like a drum roll to my exit. You fix it already? I said, turning to face her one last time. You chose him. Live with it. I stepped into the storm, the cold biting at my skin, and kept walking. Behind me, her sobs faded into the city's hum. As I turned the corner, my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. She's not worth it, man. Trust me. My blood went cold. Eric. He'd known I'd find out. He'd been waiting. The rain hid my tears, but not my rage. I kept walking, each step heavier, realizing betrayal wasn't only hers. It was a game they both played, thinking I'd never see the truth.